Hey guys, I'm about to make a video of how I lost my pregnancy weight. Now, I didn't start working out until 5 months after after I gave birth to my daughter. That was when I had my awakening call, standing in the mirror watching myself, and was like, oh my gosh, I still look like I'm 8 months pregnant. Like, literally, my belly was just as big as it was when I was pregnant. It wasn't flat, it wasn't like just a little bit of belly hanging over. It was big. And I remember standing there looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just so big. And I told my husband, I can't do this anymore. And I don't even want you to look at me anymore because I just feel so uncomfortable. So what I decided to do was that I decided to do Insanity. And I'm pretty sure you've seen the Insanity commercial. But not everybody could afford a Beachbody program or a workout program at Walmart or just a workout program. So you could always do things at home that would help, like jogging in place or going on some jogs during your evening time or early morning, or going on a walk, doing some sit-ups, some crunches, some push-ups, just all those little things you could do at home to be able to help you, because the biggest part about losing weight is your diet. The way you eat determines how much weight you lose, determines how your body looks. So you definitely want to make sure that you have your eating on point. If you don't have your eating on point, then you won't be able to lose the weight. The biggest part about losing weight is your nutrition, and you have to have a good nutrition to lose weight. So what I did was I switched out all my whites to whole grains and whole wheat. So I started doing whole grain pasta, whole wheat pasta, whole grain bread or whole wheat tortilla shell or whole grain. I always go with whole grain first, and if I can't find whole grain, I go with whole wheat. So I do whole grain rice, and then I started eating red potatoes instead of just the normal Irish potatoes. I don't know if they're called the same thing, but I started doing red potatoes instead. And then I used to do like chicken legs, chicken wings, that kind of thing, chicken back, chicken thigh. But then I switched all that out and I started having chicken breast only, just because it has no fat and it's like a healthier version. So I started doing chicken breast. I would do steaks, I would do fish, I would do shrimp. So pretty much I was trying to eat healthy but not feel bored with my eating. What I decided to do is that I also decided to do healthier cereals. So no more Fruit Loops, no more Crunchies, no more of those things. And you'll have my daughter in the background of and I'm sorry, but she's a little bit bored. Only child, so she definitely craves attention every now and then. So what I started to do is I threw out all my sweet cereals as well, and I switched for cereals like Kashigo because Kashigo has a lot of protein in it. So I started doing Kashigo. I started doing Cheerios. I started doing cornflakes. I also did do Raisin Bran. So I do Raisin Bran, and I also do granola. Yeah, I had to think about them. So I also do granola as well. So what I would do is, if I'm having those cereals, I would only have like 1 cup of them. So 1 cup of cereal and half a cup of milk. And I switched out all my dairy products. I pretty much decided that I didn't want to do dairy anymore, but not everybody's like that. Some people still want to incorporate dairy in their diet. So just be careful as to how much dairy you're using. But I switched out my milk and I started doing almond milk and soy milk. So I would do a protein shake and I would use my soy milk for my protein shake and almond milk for pretty much everything else. So I'd always do half a cup of almond milk for cereal and 1 cup of the cereal, and that was my cereal. And I also started doing oatmeal for breakfast as well, but I only did half a cup of oatmeal and half a cup of water. I Instead of using milk in my oatmeal, I used water. And I started only using the egg whites, and I would just throw away the egg yolk. And what I would do with my egg, if I'm doing an omelette, I'd incorporate a lot of vegetables. Some of the vegetables I like to put in my omelette is spinach, tomato, bell pepper, and onions. And I would also do that for my scrambled egg. I would incorporate these vegetables as well. And I would incorporate a little bit of goat cheese in my scrambled egg and in my omelette. Goat cheese is very good for you. I think it's 70 calories, and the serving size is like 2 tablespoons. So it's like a healthy version, so that you don't always have to use like cheddar cheese. Cheddar cheese has a lot of calories in it, and that's why I decided that I wanted to cut down my dairy and just stick with the goat cheese. So, and if you're using cheese and you don't want to do goat cheese, just look for a cheese that is fat free. Fat free cheese you could do, but also you always want to watch your portions. Definitely be careful of how much you're putting in what, because portion does matter. So those are the things that I would have for breakfast. And what you want to do is you could switch out your milk for almond milk, soy milk, rice milk, or skim milk. Don't just do the normal milk. So try to do one of these milk. if you're trying to lose weight, you definitely have to try to do things differently, and you don't want to stick to your old habits. You're doing new things, you're trying new things, and the more you try new things, the better it is for you. So what else would I do? My lunch now is always a salad, and I always experiment with my salads to see what kind of salads that I could do, so I'm not eating the same old boring salad every day. And you want to do a vinaigrette instead of a creamy dressing, so I do balsamic vinaigrette, or sometimes I would do a lime vinaigrette. So you just definitely want to stick to a vinaigrette on your salads instead of a creamy dressing. And what else did I do? Sorry, I have to think of what I did. You have to, and I'm still doing it. It's just that sometimes it's hard to think of things when you're making a video. But definitely incorporate a lot of fruits and vegetables in your diet. You want to eat as much fruits and vegetables in your diet. And if you have a juicer, you could always do some green juice. It's all about experimenting and see what you like, what you love, and what's going to work for you, because you're not just changing you today. You're changing you for the rest of your life. You're changing you for your children. You want to be healthy and eat healthy and show your children that that's the way to go. And changing your lifestyle is about changing your mindset. If you're not able to change your mindset and decide, okay, this is how I want to live my life, then you're going to be stuck. And when you're stuck, it's kind of hard to get out of that place. So you have to have that the right attitude. You have to be positive, and you have to change your mindset in order to change your lifestyle. If you know you want to go from unhealthy to healthy, you have to put it in your mind that this is what I want, and this is how I'm going to live my life. This is how I'm going to raise my children and teach them the importance of eating healthy. And from the moment you do that, that's the moment you start to actually love eating healthy. And that's how it was for me. That's how I ended up loving to eat healthy. And what I do when I make my tea, I use honey instead of sugar. I use honey for pretty much everything that I could use honey where it requires a sweetener, just because it's a little bit healthier for you. So you want to switch out all your dairy products and try stuff that's not so dairy. Try tofu. I never even had tofu. And when I started eating healthy, I tried tofu, and I love tofu now. I could honestly say I love tofu. And what I would always do, I'd always saute my tofu on the stove with some mushrooms and onions. And it's like you season it up. You could put some curry powder in there. You have to experiment. The only way you'll be able to eat healthy and love what you're eating is by experimenting. And that's what I did. I experimented. I just decided to cut out all the junks, all the fast food, all the oily foods, all the sodas, all the juices, cut out all those things from my diet that I knew that was not going to help me lose weight. And I started doing stuff like whole grains and whole wheats. And I started drinking water all day long. You definitely want to drink at least 64 ounces of water a day. Drink some tea in between meals when you get hungry, and snack on some fruits. And if it's hard for you to curb your cravings, you could definitely try getting some 100-calorie snacks. That's what I did in the beginning, because it's hard for you to just go from boom, eating unhealthy to eating healthy. So you could always buy some 100-calorie snacks at the grocery store. I usually buy like 100-calorie Oreos for my daughter. Or there's also 100-calorie Chips Ahoy, 100-calorie Cheez-Its. So there are 100-calorie snacks at the store. You just have to really look in the cookies section to find it. But instead of me giving her like the normal Oreos that's full of calories, full of sugars, I would do 100-calorie snacks for her. But now I don't even give her those 100-calorie snacks anymore. I give her strictly wheat thins or Triscuit healthy crackers. She only gets healthy crackers now, because if I want her to live her lifestyle eating healthy, then I have to at least introduce her to all of it while she's young. So, and yeah, if you want crackers, you could do some wheat thins, some Triscuit. There's different kinds of wheat thins. I like the honey mustard and the cheddar. So you could always experiment with these two, and you could do Special K cracker chips as well, because those are healthy, and Special K also have like snacks that you could have that are healthy, so you could even look into those. But you definitely want to make sure that you're eating healthy, you're drinking plenty of water, and you have to stay focused. And even when you fail and you fall and you go eat fast food, wake up tomorrow and say, okay, I can do this, I'm going to continue. Don't be like, oh, I ate fast food, so that's the end. Just forget about that and continue, and just say, you know what, I'm just going to continue eating healthy. And if you fail again, just pick yourself up, continue eating healthy. That's the only way you will reach success. So definitely the biggest thing about losing your weight after pregnancy is eating healthy, and then getting some cardio in, getting some workout in, do some ab workouts as well. I worked my abs every day. And you know, it's nice to be 144 pounds. My ultimate goal is 125. But just remember that you have to be consistent, be positive, and you have to change your mindset. And that's it for my how to lose weight after pregnancy. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.